That's right. Back at it again, Full Custom Hot Dog here, and we're doing another movie review. That's right. And today, we're going to be talking about Halloween Ends. That's it.
It's been 4 years since Michael Myers vanished without a trace.
Hello?
It's ending. It's over. Get out of here. Go on, get. Directed by David Gordon Green. That's right. They let him do another one. Him and Danny McBride writing this again. You've also got a couple other writers, Chris Bernier and Paul Brad Logan, two people I'm not entirely familiar with, but they're back. So good job, team. What a weird trilogy. This may be the most divisive Halloween trilogy, Halloween timeline. We have so many Halloween timelines. It's almost a joke at how convoluted they are. This may be the one that I see people argue about the most in terms of quality, that feels the most split. I feel like I see enough people talk good about the Curse of Thorn stuff, which I like. That's my preferred timeline. People seem to like I want to say the Resurrection H2O stuff. Yeah, I guess. I think those kind of suck. I don't even think H2O is better than Resurrection. At least Resurrection has Busta Rhymes, right?
I just busted it in my mouth right now. Yummy.
But yeah, so they're back, and they've done their trilogy. Good job, guys. It's going to be a hard one to talk about, right? Because not only are we talking about a movie that is very much best to go into blind. Like, if you don't know anything about this and you're watching this, don't. Turn this off, pause it actually, and then come back. Watch the movie, because you'll be surprised like I was. I was enthralled watching this. I couldn't believe what was happening in front of me. We also have to talk about the fact that it's the end of a series. And yes, I believe it is the end now. Will there be more Halloweens in the future? Absolutely. As long as the Akkads have a stake in Halloween, which will be forever, there will always be Halloween movies. From what I was reading, they'll probably be a separate timeline. I kind of hope they go back and continue the Thorn stuff. That's what I want. I would love to hear that maybe they give it to Marcus Dunstan and his partner who he usually works with. And they end up going like, hey, let's do a Halloween 7. Let's do it proper. They were doing one at one point. Marcus Dunstan did the Collector movies. So before we got Halloween 2018, we were going to get Marcus Dunstan was going to be doing a Halloween. It was about Michael Myers going to jail, or he was in jail, and they were going to put him to death. And the victims' families were there to watch him get executed because his date was finally up. And then, of course, what happens? They go to execute him. I think the electric chair, and it goes awry, of course, and he's out, and these people are stuck in jail with Halloween. It sounds like more of a conventional sequel, which I kind of miss. Kind of tired of these, like, high concept, let's go back to the beginning, and blah, blah, blah. I love stuff that's different, and that's kind of what I like about Halloween Ends. Let's get at it, right? Let's talk about Halloween Ends. Wow, what a movie. I loved 2/3 of this. If you don't know what it's about, well, IMDb's not going to do this justice, but it starts out with our main character, Corey. Corey is a young man, a babysitter, and he accidentally, and again, if you don't want spoilers, get out of here. He accidentally kills the kid he's babysitting, and the parents are like, oh, you killed our baby. What's cool, though, is in the beginning, besides this, after this weird open, you get to see the people of Haddonfield going crazy. One of the only things I liked about Halloween Ends, or Kills, is that it shows the residents of Haddonfield slowly kind of losing their mind, and they're all crazy and a bunch of weirdos. I really liked that a lot, and it was cool to see some of that bleed over into this movie. And it's weird because tonally this doesn't fit with the other two, and we're gonna say why in a bit. But one of the things that's missing here is that weird humor from Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. There were those weird exchanges, the kid talking about how he wants to be a dancer, and then you've got the weird talk about the Vietnamese sandwiches, the banh mi. None of that shit's here. None of that out of place, awkward, haha funny conversation is here, which I like. I think it was better to play it straight, but it's weird when 2 of your movies do that and the 3rd one doesn't. So that's just one of the things that's tonally inconsistent here. But anyway, our guy Corey is looked at as kind of this town weirdo. Oh, you killed that kid. No, I didn't. But he's bullied and stuff. And a lot of complaints are because we don't get a lot of Michael Myers here. And I don't love it for that, but I like it for being daring and different. That's a ballsy move. It is incredibly ballsy to not have the main man in your movie, and instead you spend it with this guy Corey, and he ends up getting into an accident. People are bullying him, and he meets, spoilers, again, these are spoilers, he meets Michael Myers.
This is silly. This is silly and danger.
And Michael Myers corrupts him. So this is kind of a weird thing. We get an exchange where they look into each other's eyes, and I thought they were going to do a Jason Goes to Hell thing where Michael starts inhabiting people, and I was kind of stoked because it was going to be dumb. Like, there's no way you could pull it off. And they didn't do that, by the way. But, man, I was kind of excited for them too. So he gazes into Corey's eyes, and he kind of corrupts Corey, I think. Some people think he was always bad. I disagree. I think Michael's evil corrupted him. But this is the weird thing about the series, right? So Halloween Kills, we get the idea that Michael's just a man, and a mythology around him has been built up. Cool. I actually like that a lot. We know he's not immortal because she shoots his hand and parts of his hand gets blown off, right? Then Halloween Kills comes out and it's like, well, actually, he gets stronger every time he kills people, and he gets so strong, and then we see him get beat up and just gang beat the shit on, and he comes back from the dead, basically, right? And he's just super strong. And then in this one, he's so weakened, I think, from the beating. And this Corey guy helps him regain his strength, which is weird and supernaturally. And that supernatural stuff isn't the problem. It's the fact that from the first one, we were just consistently told different things about what Michael could be. And I kind of don't like that. If he was just a physical man this whole time, I'd be okay. I wouldn't have a problem. But the fact that we've kind of gone through this whole, oh, he's actually this, and then he's nothing what they projected him as in part 2. He's no longer this buff madman. I would have loved that. Just have him tearing through walls and shit like it's no problem. Who cares, right? That's what I would have wanted out of this movie. Also, another weird thing. Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills take place right after the other. Boom, boom. And then this one is 5 years later, which feels a little odd, as the end of Kills seems to just set up that it's about to go down. Like, fuck it, fuck everything. This shit is about to go awry. Like, if you were watching the end of Kills, and if you liked it, by the way, you're probably hyped by that ending, especially the extended ending. Laurie's on the phone. If you haven't seen it, Laurie's on the phone, and her little daughter doesn't pick up. Her grown-up daughter doesn't pick up because she's getting killed by Michael Myers, and Laurie just says on the phone, "I'm coming to get you, brother." That would make you hype. That would make you go, "Oh shit, it's about to go down." Or even if you didn't like that, you'd be like, "Oh shit, this next one, that's got to be hype." And then it just sort of gives you a nice pair of blue balls by going, actually, 5 years later. And then, okay, we're introduced to Corey, which, again, I love this Corey stuff, that this Corey kid gets corrupted and you basically have, spoilers, 2 killers. I love that. But this also would have made a much better middle movie than the third one. I think this is a weird way to wrap it up.
What were they thinking?
I mean, looking at it, right? Halloween 2018. What I think you would be doing is you're bringing people back to the feeling of the original Halloween while doing something a little new. Did it accomplish that? Sort of. I liked seeing where Laurie was, though I didn't like her characterized. I'm sure I reviewed this movie before. So while I didn't like how she was characterized, it was kind of neat to see her family, her effects of her craziness on the family. And I almost would have preferred they do a time skip to the next Halloween Like, oh, maybe each one should be a different Halloween. But then the second one is where you start to divert from the formula. You know, now you bring in this Corey kid and his ties with Michael. Maybe you don't even reveal completely that Corey's bad, maybe until the end. And then Halloween 3, you can go even crazier, where Corey's completely Michael Myers'd out. I don't know. That kind of feels like where they were going with it almost, and then not quite. It was just, the stuff they kind of do with him is weird. They speed up the relationship between him and Laurie's granddaughter, which was just, I don't know, felt forced. And I like all of that stuff on paper, but a lot of this movie needed more room to breathe. And I think that would have helped if there was actually a part 3. It's also weird. Again, I mentioned 2018 being one night and then Kills being right after that. And I think that helps make Kills feel unnecessary. I would think there could be a better way. You wouldn't be able to edit this, but they could have combined both of those stories into one and then fit this as a part 2, because this movie deserves a sequel much more than 2018 deserved Kills, I think. Kills is just, I hate, it just feels unnecessary. They don't do enough to like... You could have gave me everything that happened in Kills as a synopsis. You could have had a paragraph in the beginning or a voiceover from Laurie for Halloween Kills. Like, you didn't need all of that movie to do that. That movie was just belligerent. So this is a step up. I liked it. I didn't like the ending. That last 2/3 of it just felt like it kind of threw out all the cool shit that it did before that. You also have a cool guest appearance from Darcy from Joe Bob. So if you're a Joe Bob fan like me, you're going to see Darcy and be like, oh, hell yeah. So that was great. The characters in here, too, aren't unlikable, I noticed, which is also weird because I feel like throughout the other movies, a lot of people were kind of insufferable. So this is a step up. It's a shame that it's too late. It's a shame that it's a third one because this deserved a sequel, I think. But yes, spoilers, Michael is very much dead. They killed him in the only way that they could make him very, very dead, which was fine. I guess until the next Halloween. I guess. I don't even know what you call it. You're just going to do another Halloween 2025 or whatever? It's fine. I'll see it. I think this is doing fairly well at the box office, so good for Halloween. That's a dub. That's a W. But anyways, I'm your host, Full Custom Hot Dog. You could follow me on Twitter. It's Full Custom Hot Dog without the last because that's just too long for Twitter. So thank you all for watching, and until next time. If you like what you see,
I love what I see.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you can watch whatever comes next. And if you like the music you hear, you can follow me on SoundCloud and Spotify. Check the description for links.